Welcome to
Yo, yo,
another
yo.
episode of the Oddfathers
Yo, yo, yo.
podcast.
Do they still say yo-yo? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
Probably
I
not.
don't know if yo.
We're like that commercial.
Like I do things. I still use word. I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
It's really
Happy
not.
New Year. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
It's a new year.
2024.
It's a new
Everybody's
year.
here.
Even Troy.
What
Troy
do
it
we?
is. Troy it is. Monte.
That's right. That's right. We're here.
Buster.
We're
I will
here.
start out. Let me just say one thing real quick. I was just. We do this thing in a big studio in Anthony's backyard. It's huge. I mean, it's really a big production.
It is.
And I was
I'm always
inside
trying.
his home using the bathroom before we started, and I'm like, I didn't sit down. But I don't sit down all the time. I think it's not at other people's house. I think it's kind of rude, but
Imagine if you sat
I
down
don't
in my
sit-
house to pee.
yeah, I don't sit down. I don't sit down in there.
What
so-
way would you be wiping in that situation?
No, I wipe the same. Now I'm sorry, and I wouldn't do that in anyone's house unless I really had an issue.
Why
That
is
would never be done.
what? Poop?
Crap. Yeah. No. Never. I mean, unless it's really bad, then I probably wouldn't be here anyway. You know. Hello.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Great way to start.
Sorry.
Back to here we are at the new year, the same way
All
we
right.
left the
No,
old
it's all
year.
good. It's all good. I was
Shitty
just
as
trying to
ever.
make sure my phone wasn't going to interrupt the show.
Well, I know as much as it rings with the business you get going, so it's gotta be huge.
It was actually my
It's
wife.
gotta be. Oh,
You,
your
you
business.
see why I was fumbling with the phone?
Yes. I'm surprised you didn't throw it.
Well, you know,
There's still a little time.
whatever.
Troy, what's
There's still
happening?
time.
Just got back in town. Been running around. It seems endless, but trying to start doing work
Why don't you
again.
tell everybody about just do a recap of your trip?
Yeah.
I like to hear about your
Oh.
issues.
Well, I guess we could start off. We had Christmas.
You gotta stay with the
Oh yeah, we start off with Christmas. The day after Christmas, we went to Georgia, Blue Ridge. That's where everybody goes, they say. So we got a
Yeah.
cabin up there. So we all had up there. My daughter was
This is like North Georgia. Explain where.
Yeah,
it is.
North Georgia, almost Tennessee, kind of on the Carolina border too. It's kind of like way up there. So it's supposed to be a 9.5-hour ride. It was actually a 14.5-hour ride.
Wow.
That's a good
That's
way
fun.
to start the vacay.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Oh.
we drove because we were taking the dogs, and then
Was it traffic? You were in dead stop that bad?
Well,
That's a long.
my son got a little sick on the way too, so it took us a little time there. But we did find our
Car
stride
sick?
with that. Yeah, something kind of sick. I don't know. Plus, we had the dogs. We had to stop and take them out.
I
So
keep forgetting you had 3 dogs.
Yeah.
He's got 3 of those dogs that everybody likes now. They're celebrities.
the French bulldogs.
Yeah, the Frenchies.
So we were
Celebrities.
taking our little ride up there, and one thing leads to another. It took a really, really long time. Our goal was to get up there by 5:30, 6 o'clock, so we still had some light, be it we were staying in a mountain. We're not exactly mountain people. Didn't work out that way. We didn't get in until about 10, and as we were like driving up this mountain, my
10
wife
o'clock
was
at night.
driving. Yeah, 10
Yeah,
o'clock
10 o'clock
at
at
night.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Wow.
Troy's late.
Yeah.
Well, everybody
By
by
like
the way,
4
he's
plus
late
hours.
everywhere. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
And so we're climbing this mountain in the car or the truck, and we have my 150, and it's not enough space for 2 cars to drive by one another in most areas. So you got to be careful you're not falling off the side of the mountain. So as we climb this mountain, and I don't know, we're probably like 10 minutes into the mountain, I'd say, and
Right.
finally GPS says you have arrived at your destination. And bear in mind, in the moment, it's like pitch dark because it's dark out and there's trees everywhere.
It's dark because it's dark
There's
out.
no street light.
There's no
It's
street
nighttime.
lights. There's
Yeah.
no houses that's got lights.
Right, and you're
No,
like on the
you're
side
not-
of a cliff.
You're on the
basically.
side of a cliff, right? So I got like
Jesus.
the lights on my truck has like you can put the side lights on, like where the mirrors are and stuff like that, so you can kind of see like stuff around there. And my wife's driving at this point. So it says we've arrived at our destination, and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. There's nothing even here, right?
Your final destination.
So she pulls forward a little bit further, and there is a driveway there. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, let me get out and look at this. So I get out and go look at it, and I'm like, fuck. This thing's like it seems like it's straight down, right? And then it takes this hard left turn. So it goes down about 30 yards at a decline of 65% maybe. Like degrees, I mean. It's like pretty intense.
So you don't think there's any they don't have as strict as
building codes as we do, because there's no way that would be approved down here.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't think. No.
You know how it is. You got to have so much room to turn your car around.
Oh, there's definitely not room to turn cars around. So I looked at it and I was like, man, I don't even know if we could do that. And bear in mind, at the time, it's dark, it's foggy, and it's raining.
There's no other cars on the road.
Nothing else. No, we're not. It's not even like a regular road. It's like it's a paved path, like an asphalt road, but it's like a single road with just like cabins that are.
So what if someone was coming down the other way?
They would have to wait.
They would have to wait. Or what if you met somewhere like
there's some
you
areas
have to move?
like every once in a while there's areas where you could slightly sneak to.
Oh, got the little car. Besides that, so
so like you just have to wait to that spot like to get to that place.
But if let's say you meet halfway, do you have someone have to back up? I guess. I mean, what the fuck?
But I mean, I guess the way I experienced it throughout,
well, you can't even go down straight, let alone back up.
People start knowing that you can see somebody coming, and you just kind of wait.
Right, I'm sure they get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what I see. So nonetheless,
who found this place?
Katie.
Oh,
yeah. So I had nothing to do this. Believe me, and it wasn't the easiest ride for us either. We were kind of at each other, multiple different reasons. A 14.5-hour ride in itself, and I would love to say it was all her fault, but I'm sure I was probably a dick at sometimes as well.
Wow.
No.
It's
so no. Ho. It's never your fault.
Katie doesn't even know that he does a podcast.
Yeah. Don't even start that either. Don't tell anybody.
So I get out, look at this road, and I'm like, shit. Like, and driving's not really my strongest skill to begin with. Like, I can get us from point A to point B. Oh, you think,
dude? I'm sorry, but I got to interrupt here. He is the worst driver. I'm serious. It's not even he's on his phone. He's just a terrible driver. Fast, slow, fast. Watch out. Weaving over. I mean, just horrible. Okay, go ahead.
So I get out and look at this, and I come back into the vehicle. And bear in mind, at the time, we got the 2 kids, 3 dogs, wife. We're all piled in there. All the luggage
on a cliff.
in them. Yeah, exactly.
In the dark.
And all of the luggage and stuff is in the bed of the truck covered, so it's fine. But like, we're still crammed into this cabin, have been so for 14 plus hours. So I like, listen, you're not driving down there. I'm gonna have to do it. But
now, is it raining?
It's raining.
That's
it's not
great.
like our Florida rain though.
Yeah,
it's
like that
the
misty rain.
Yeah, but it's still slick. The road is slick.
Exactly. So, and I tell her that there's no way we can turn left into here because we had to turn left.
Right.
And so she wants to fight with me about this. This is a perfect example of a fight that we are having.
Can you just get down there and stop though?
I mean, that's the thing. So you can't even turn left because if you turn left, the back tires, it's just like my truck can't turn sharp enough to make that left. Either you're going to go off on the front side of it or you're going to go off on the back side.
There's no guardrail. There's nothing.
No. So I said, we have to go forward and find a place where we can turn around or like just turn around and come in because I think I can make it the other direction. So she's like, what if we get up there and we can't turn around? And I'm like, we can't really turn around now either. So we're fucked either way. Just hope there's a place up here that we can. And fortunately we did, like probably in 100 yards, there's 50, 60 yards to 100.
You could turn around.
There was an area I was able to turn the truck around. So as we come back, I'm heading in there, turning right into there, and I can make the turn that way because there's just the way the driveway is shaped. It allows enough space for me to come out wide enough, and my rear tires on the inside of it would still stay on the road. And we're making it down, and it literally feels like you're dropping straight down because all you see is your headlights down. You see the end of the driveway where there's only that it stops, and beyond that is like 50 yards down of, I don't know, just the great abyss. But then there's like this hard
abyss.
This hard left into a carport that you can see down there because there is a light slightly there.
God,
and
sounds like a horror
I
flick.
get almost all the way down there to the place where I'd have to tank this
14
hard
and a half
left.
hours it is.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's no way I can make it into this car park. The place, the carport.
Yeah,
I say car park. That's what they say in England. That's what they call a parking lot, a car park. And so I went to go take it.
Pretty much is.
It's a fact. That's what it's called, as a car park.
It pretty much is, though, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's proper English.
Yeah, I like it.
And so,
interesting.
I'm like, nope. I'm putting it in park right here. We're getting our stuff out, going to the house. I'll deal with this in the daytime. And she's like, "You look like an idiot. The truck's gonna fall off the cliff." And I'm like, "Well, that's fine. The truck can fall off the cliff. We're not gonna be in it." That's all I could say. But I will say this much: if we were to get the luggage out of the truck, bear in mind at the time we could probably slip on the asphalt. It's that steep, and I had to search
And
for
it's wet.
I had to search for the emergency brake because I don't know where that's out on my truck. I don't have to use it ever.
Yeah, we don't
Never
use it
one
down
time
here.
in this truck have I ever used the emergency brake.
I don't think
I
I've
find
used
the
mine.
button for it because there's not like a lever you pull, and I'm like, "Is it on?" I don't know. I just pushed the button. So I get it there, and Katie's like,
Do you
have
push the
to-
button to take it off? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, I think you
It's
push-
not the old.
No, there's nothing like
Really?
not even anything underneath there. There's
I
nothing.
wonder where mine is. How did you figure out how to do it?
Do what?
I
Sorry.
just did it on the fly.
Do what?
The emergency,
Emergency
brake.
brake. It's electric.
It is.
Yeah.
Mine electric.
Yeah. I guarantee
Fuck,
it is.
where is it? I don't
It's a
even know how to
button. It
find it.
should be a button probably on
Yeah.
the left side.
Well, you sure I haven't hit that thing? Maybe that's why my car's making noise. You
You're
know?
driving with the
Yeah,
emergency
with
brake.
emergency brake on.
So
Holy
Katie
crap.
wants me to pull in the car part, and I'm saying, if I make that turn, I won't be able to get back out because there's not enough room to go in and out to turn around. Really, based on the way my turning radius of my truck and the length.
Right,
of
or
the
you'd
truck.
have to back all
So
the way
now I'm
out.
gonna have
you
to
know?
come in the same way I came in, which means backing up this shit
Right.
show
You
I
have to
just
back
drove
up.
down,
God.
and I'm like,
And that's a pain in the ass. And if it's wet, forget it.
no. So I was like, finally, I'm like, all right, I'll get it in the carport, and I'll be like, I'll deal with all this craziness in the morning. Just get me the fuck out of here. Now, bear in mind, I'm not drinking, so I didn't even bring any alcohol, not even like smuggled a few
my
ultras in
God.
there. And at this point of 14 and a half hours, and then this shit like death defying just to get the car
Oh yeah.
parked, I so once wanted to drink.
Oh yeah. A few shots.
We were
would
supposed to
help.
be
Yeah,
there
something.
early
Yeah.
enough to
Yeah.
go
More
to
than
the
beer.
grocery store and do all stuff we couldn't. So we had no food with us. So the only place that was open was Domino's. Not a huge Domino's fan, but we ordered Domino's. And I said, tell the girl I will walk up the mountain to go get the stuff. Do not tell her to come down here. Last thing I need is a little delivery person falling off the edge of this earth. I just got here.
Well, they're from there. Don't you think they would know the
Nope.
place? You know.
Well, so she does this, and I walk up there to get the pizza, and the girl said, "Thank you." She's like, "I don't know if I would have ever made it out of there." So now I am learning that we truly did choose one of a kind. This is
Okay,
one.
It's one of a
Wait.
kind.
Now wait a minute. Let's back up. This is an Airbnb, correct?
Airbnb. Yes.
So you guys got a truck. What if I pull up there in my little, what are those little cars called? It's Cooper,
Mini Cooper.
Mini
Cooper.
Cooper. Is that going to be easier?
To be honest with you, I think you
It probably would
could've-
be easier.
It could
Yeah.
be easier. It could be worse.
Unless I
don't know.
spin out. I mean, I could, but
Yeah,
let's say I pull up in an F-350.
wouldn't
Yeah,
happen.
never
It's not
know.
even
Yeah.
possible.
But
Nope,
did
not even
anyone
possible.
tell you this
No,
before you
no,
rented this
No,
place? I
it
mean,
wouldn't even
did
be
you-
possible.
Did you give them a good review on Airbnb?
Well, no. So this is the thing. The house itself.
listen to the
was
reviews. He saw, 'cause it's so
everything-
funny.
Everything
Well, he
about
finally
the house
looks
was
at 'em.
beautiful, right? So when she first booked this, they had just started running this place out, so there wasn't a backlog of reviews.
Right.
So she signs us up because I think we signed up for this 6, 8, 9 months before. So it was in the queue for a long time. So now that we're there, we get there, she starts looking at all the reviews, and yeah, it was noted in the reviews. Nobody gave them a bad review because of it, but they did. I would say out of probably 20 reviews, 3 or 4 of them noted the driveway. And they did so in a likable fashion, just like, hey, just as something to be
like,
aware
hey,
of.
just be careful. Don't fall off the freaking cliff.
Yeah.
That's right there. I mean, what do you mean in a nice way? Nobody mentioned the cliff.
Well, it wasn't
you-
like they could have been a 5-star and they brought
No.
him down to 3. It was a 5 for every other reason.
Maybe they
except for
just
you
leave it-
risked your life.
Maybe it was
5
just
'cause they
easier.
had small cars. If they had a truck, it would have been a 1 or no
Well,
stars. at
somebody
all.
had to have a truck.
The
dude.
whole
on,
thing,
man.
and the guy was very.
So you're saying
I'm saying he doesn't know how to drive. Is what I'm
That's
saying.
what
no,
that's what I'm
no.
saying.
So
That's
this
exactly
goes on.
what
So
I'm
that's-
saying. You
so
know, you
that's-
and I would have wheeled right in. You know,
Yeah, no, you would.
I'd have
You
just
guys,
wheeled right
you
in.
very well could have landed off the cliff.
Could
What
you have
about-
backed? Could
how
you have
come-
backed down the road and backed in?
Yeah.
That's what you did.
No.
Oh.
No. Fuck
how
no.
is anybody? How no one's ever
Not at
fallen
night.
off the cliff, so it
Well,
ain't
nope.
happened.
I'm gonna let me get to
Most
that.
people get there in the daytime.
No, so let
yeah,
me
it
let
took
me
you too
tell you.
long, but
I'll tell you what happened. So the next day, we wake up and we're like, all right, we're gonna go to the grocery store or whatever else. I'll go out there and I think I can back the truck up forward, backwards, 5, 6, 7 times to get it enough that I could drive nose up the driveway, and then I'm gonna have to turn left out of the driveway to go up there to turn around in that area to go down the mountain again.
So you
Oh
can't.
my God.
the
You just
driveway.
can't. You
This
just
is
can't do it.
miserable. I wasn't even
This
there,
one-
and I'm disgusted.
this one side, like you would literally
Right, you
would
can't
fall
do it.
off, right?
It's
So-
just the angle.
Right. It's
Right.
just the way it is.
I'm with
Just-
you.
And you got to think on the other side of the road, there's a mountain. So it's not like you're going against
Right.
a wall of a mountain, a road,
or
and
the
then
bottom.
the other side
right.
of the mountain.
Or the bottom.
So
That's
there's
it.
not like a
That's
lot of
around the
work,
side.
a lot to work with. So we go to the grocery store that day. We go down to downtown Blue Ridge, everything else. Look around. It's super nice. It's dead as fuck. Like everything is closed. And when I say everything's closed, like everything
Now,
is closed.
where are we now? What's
Blue Ridge.
Blue.
Blue
That's the
Ridge.
name of the place?
The
Blue
Blue
Ridge.
Ridge Mountains,
Yeah.
right?
No, but that's the name of this town?
It is. But Blue Ridge Mountains, like, so a lot of people, I guess, and I had to
The
look this
town's
up.
Blue Ridge Town?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
there is a
God.
What
lot
the
of
fuck?
Do you want
Blue
to ask
Ridge,
him
it
again?
does
I've never
go-
heard of that. Never heard of Blue
So
Ridge.
what?
Oh, it's like a place.
Hey, I got to hear everything.
What do you think? He's making it up?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think he knows what town
So
it
there's
is. He just
surrounding
thinks-
areas of Blue Ridge
Like
because the Blue
Walt's
Ridge
Mountain.
Ridge, there is a ridge, a mountain ridge that's called this, and it does extend this. So there's like a whole area that's considered Blue Ridge, but this specific area we're in is like actually I think it's like the city of Blue Ridge or
So,
something.
okay, I got you.
Well,
All right.
Something to that effect. And
thank you for clearing
I
clearing
could
that
be
up.
completely wrong.
Well,
Please,
people may want to go on this trip. It
no more
sounds like a lot of fun.
No
The
more
area,
questions.
the area we were in
Sounds
was
like a lot of
exactly
fun.
where downtown Blue Ridge is. Even though there's like 100 miles away, Blue Ridge exists. Meaning the mountain ridge. This is like the town of.
Okay,
Blue
I
Ridge.
got you. You don't have to
All right,
keep
so
going.
it's dead. It's dead though. Nobody's there.
Sorry.
So we're like, what the heck's going on here? And we end up going to the grocery store, and it's pretty dead there. Nice. We get our stuff. We go back to the house, and we're like, all right, we're going to settle in here. We're not leaving this house during the nighttime. Wherever we go during this trip, we have to be back within days.
Right. Well, that's good. You
Yeah.
figured that out.
Jesus,
So
this is ridiculous.
So that night, we get back before it's daylight, before the sun goes down, and I'm cooking dinner later on that night, and it's like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I'm grilling steaks outside on the back porch, and the house is like down the driveway, take a hard left, and so where you're at, you're still like from where you enter the driveway at, so this is probably 30 yards away
Mhm.
beyond up.
Mhm.
It's 30 yards the other direction. And I keep hearing this truck stuck. And hearing it stuck, I finally turn around and go look. And this is after like 5-10 minutes of listening to somebody sounds like they're stuck. But there's another house. Like,
You
it's
can
like
hear the
over-
wheel spinning.
There's another
spinning.
schmuck.
Well, there's another house that's like, or cabin that's over from us.
Another sucker.
Yeah, across
Yeah,
the cliff.
And if
Yeah.
I look up, it's like further closer to his
You've
house.
got to jump this ramp.
No, exactly. So finally, after like I finish the steaks up, I take him in the house, and I'm like, listen, I got to go up there and look at this because this sounds like somebody's stuck up there. So I go up there, and I was like, holy shit, this dude in an expedition. So bear in mind, it's the same body frame as a F-150 is an expedition, and he probably. His wife was telling him, you could make that left turn.
Yeah.
Where I fought with my wife enough to say, no, I'm not fucking doing it. And why he was turning down our driveway, I still don't really know. He wanted to
was
turn around.
probably trying to turn around.
He was trying to turn around, and his wife's like, just do this. He's like, my truck can't go that far left. And she's like, just do it. You can do it. You're being a pussy. And he did it. And well, he did it. And the back tire fell off the cliff, and the whole front of the truck swung
Yeah.
down into my driveway, like into like literally 6 inches off the fence post, right?
Don't hit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So I go up there and I'm like, holy fuck.
You're getting another
And
table.
and so the guy next door in the other cabin, he's over there, and he's like some construction worker from, I don't know, somewhere in Florida, maybe in Georgia. He's up there. He's got like all kinds of stuff. Like he's much more prepared to be driving around there than me or this other guy,
Right.
which
He's-
I
he's
later
your
come
brother.
to find out
He's your
that
brother.
he is from Lauderdale. So us Floridians from Flatland have no business up
Being
there.
up in the mountains.
And his scenario was probably just as similar as us. Oh, it's going to be 9.5 hours. It turned into 14 hours. Him and his girl are getting in a fight the whole way. Just like, just get me to this fucking cabin. And you get up here, and then he falls off the mountain. So
Right.
I thought my night was shitty.
Yeah.
Right.
His was even more
Well,
shitty.
it's just two people who have wives that took out insurance policies on them and said, let's go. This is the Airbnb
Right.
we're staying at.
Turn
Come on,
here.
you pussy. Make that turn
So-
while I hop out of the truck and stand over here.
Well, this guy, so he's half off the mountain on the back side of it, and he's blocking the road. So you can't even get a truck on the other side to help pull him out. So
Oh, my God.
the guy that's the like more proficient guy, he says I can sneak my side by side behind that truck and get him over there, but we had to build up, so I got all these fire logs to build up the back tire that fell off the cliff on one side, and then the other front, because the truck was teetering, the other side was underneath, so we had to put all these logs underneath.
Did he have kids in there too, or
No,
no?
no kids. It was just him and his girl, I would say.
And
they
she said, stay in the truck with me. She stayed in the truck with him while the tire was over the side of the cliff.
no, they both ended up getting out. By the time I made it up, they were both out of the truck.
Was she hot?
To be perfectly,
I don't know, you know,
to be
it's dark,
perfectly,
you
to be
know.
perfectly
Dark.
honest with you, they both were like good looking people. Like, I
Cuban?
didn't in the moment. No, they were not Cuban, but I do have a story about that leads into this as well.
What were they wearing?
To be honest
Did
with
they
you,
have
it was so
underpants
fucking
on?
dark you couldn't even see.
They have a little jewelry on.
No,
I mean,
they weren't like
guns?
They weren't gaudy like Cuban Miami people.
Okay,
Oh
I got you.
God.
I got you.
Cuban, hey, we love Cubans.
We do.
We
yeah,
love
we do.
everybody.
We do love everybody. Now
Okay.
stop that,
I
Troy.
don't know about
Stop it.
Continue
Stop it.
that. All right.
Okay,
So
con-
all right,
with this
so
horrific story.
this guy,
Troy.
we end up getting him
Horrific.
unstuck. We end up getting him unstuck, but the way that the side by side had to pull him, and the way his tires finally grabbed, it made his truck was straight, so it was almost like it was facing down my driveway, but his ass of the truck was at the mountain, so he would have to go forward, backwards,
Right.
a number of times to get
To
to a
turn
place where
around.
he could be going up the road. But I left him at that point because the other dude, he's trapped on the other side of him, away from his house, because that was
he
the way
can't get he can't get
so
out.
he's gonna have to stay to
Right.
help him anyway. So I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go back to do my steak thing, right? Got him unstuck. I don't think anything of it until like 20 minutes goes by, and I'm seeing all these lights down by our cabin. I'm sitting in there like by this time I'm like cleaning the kitchen, I think, and I'm like,
I love
what the
it.
fuck is going on out there? So I go out there, and this guy couldn't get the truck turned around up there. So he's like, fuck it. I'll just, because he feels bad that he's ruining the other guy's night. Probably says, listen,
Right.
I'll just turn down here real fast, and then I will
Down your
you can-
driveway.
and then I'll just come in here enough to clear up the back side of it, and you can go
You could
behind
go
me,
around me.
and
Yeah.
you're done, and I'll just pull up and go. Well, what ends up happening is he goes to do that, but the ground is too wet. He can't get back up. So his only way to do it is to come down. So now he's down at the end, and bear in mind, there's not enough room for me to even barely turn my truck out to get out, but my truck is down there. So he's got no space.
And what
to
has he
live.
got? A 250? You said?
No,
He has
he's
a
got an
250?
expedition.
Oh, an
Expedition.
expedition.
So
Okay.
he's basically like 2 times
Right.
150s.
I know. Right.
So there's
Yeah.
just not enough
That's big.
space. So he's got to go forward, backwards. The only way for us to get him turned around, unfortunately, in our house, in the house we had, it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. What they didn't tell us is 1 bathroom and 1 bedroom.
Was it a ranch
His-
style? I mean, I don't give a fuck. Hurry up with the damn story.
It's not hooked to the
Jesus
main.
Christ.
It's underneath. It's like the basement of it, so you can only access it from the outside. So we had this, honestly, a really nice, even nicer than the master bedroom and stuff was there downstairs that we're not even using because I wouldn't let the kids
So
stay in
you
that one.
creeps are gonna have these people.
So
stay
we
there.
almost
Y'all are
like,
gonna-
because at this point it's already like 10, 11
I'm
o'clock
back.
at night.
I'm back again.
This
Is
is
she
a
hot?
movie.
Yeah.
This is
We're
a
like,
movie.
hey, like, I mean, we're all from Florida. We both fell off the cliff.
This is like the Obama flick. This is like that Obama flick.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. I don't know if you, none less.
Look, I said Obama and he fucking lost.
No,
it.
I watched that.
No,
movie.
he watched
couldn't
the movie.
speak.
Yeah,
I
didn't
watched
watch
it too. I didn't
So-
realize it was
Okay, let's
Obama's.
not.
Anyway,
Let's just keep. So anyway,
the
they,
guy comes down there. We get him turned because we're going to offer just like, hey, you guys can stay down here. And what made me feel the worst is after this and after what I knew I went through last night. And when we went to the grocery store, I purposely didn't buy alcohol, even though I wanted it. I'm just like, you know what? Things are going to go good now. Now this guy just went through this, and I'm like, this motherfucker wants to drink, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
there
be the
ain't
pussy,
nothing.
and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
sorry, dude,
sorry,
I ain't
dude.
got
Yeah,
no
I don't
alcohol
have
in the house.
anything.
Right.
Like, what kind of fucking fag do I sound like?
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
In fact,
So I felt so
Oh.
bad. But in the end, he's like, no, we're going to get this turned around. So he runs into the fence of the propane tank, runs into the block wall, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So after like an hour, we get the truck turned all the way around. The wall's fucked up, the fence.
an hour.
Oh, it's a lot. We're only gaining an inch either way. Like it's taken a long time. There's no space.
what a vacation!
Right?
Oh my god.
This is
So
horrible.
we get him turned around.
And I guarantee you, there was no nookie.
Oh, no,
nothing
no.
to even calm
Well,
down.
I wouldn't even bring
that
that
even
up.
goes
Yeah.
into a whole other. That's
Yeah.
that's to come, right?
Yeah.
So we
Or
get the
maybe
guy
not
turned
to
around.
come.
Not to
You know,
come.
how about that?
In your case, wah, wah.
We get him turned around, and so he's like, "All right, yeah, I'm gonna head up."
That was
So
you pushed
his
the wrong button. You
I know.
dumbass.
his,
okay. Keep
his
going.
truck's in 4-wheel drive,
Early
right?
in the
So now
year.
he's gonna make it up here. It's 11 o'clock. So it's 11 o'clock. It's pitch dark. It's very much moisture in the air, kind of foggy. It's just like it was 30 degrees in the morning. Like it's just kind of that weather.
Okay, whatever. Did they leave?
Perfect
No.
night. For
So
a
he
murder.
goes to leave. This thing is in 4-wheel drive the whole way up there, can barely grip. So he's going, losing traction, swaying, going, losing traction.
He just
all
got
the
to
way up
gun
there.
it.
Oh, he did. He finally gets up
Yeah,
there.
but that,
gets
you
up
could
there.
you could lose.
Yeah, she's swinging.
Yeah, I mean,
like
there's
this,
not a lot of
and there's
room,
one
right?
side you're hitting the mountain, and the other side you're falling off of the mountain.
Yeah, I mean,
So
no,
there's just not a
No,
lot of
and I
space
hate
to work
heights.
with.
I don't like
So
heights.
he ends up getting up there, gets over where it gets on the road, right there, and it takes this jump when it grabs, so it gets up there. He's fine. He's safe now. I'm like, fuck, that was one hell of a night.
God, I mean, I just can't believe that they rent these places out to
No,
some
it should
show
be
mo.
that place
I mean,
should be
it's
not allowed to be
it's-
rented out.
I mean, if
Someone's
it's
going to
that
lose their
bad-
life.
No, it's
Somebody
it's
who's
and at the end of
somebody
the,
who brings
so
alcohol.
in the daylight,
Yeah, but how
because
about
I
no
have
one's
no
ever done it?
business like if to drink to drive home there. Like I made a thing. Like if I did drink on this trip, like I wasn't driving.
No, but you
in
know
and
what
out
I'm
of there.
saying. Somebody people are there to party and have a
Right.
good time.
Yeah.
You know, you could just easily wander outside and
So
Alright,
every morning during
anyway.
this entire trip, I go out there and have to broom off the driveway, make sure it's clear of all debris, whether it's pebbles, leaves, moisture.
Did you have beer out there in the hiding?
Eventually, I got some. I wasn't hiding it. I did get some.
You didn't
But-
hide it out there.
No, I wasn't advertising it.
I got to go
either.
sweep the driveway again.
But I didn't get it anytime recent. It wasn't even until the last day before we left was my first beer when I was there. So by then things have actually calmed down and it was like nice. But my wife got really sick while we were up there. So it was a cool trip. But so
it was a cool trip.
no, so
There's
what,
nothing
so-
about it that sounded cool at
no.
all.
So then
It
this was the
sounded horrible.
so then the next day.
Horrible.
The next day, so now I'm feeling better about this because I'm like, I actually made the good decision by going up, turning around, making it down here. And I know like I wasn't being a pussy. Like this is a true concern because the dude just fell off the fucking mountain right where I was saying this. So like I couldn't be that much of an idiot unless we're both idiots. And
Yeah.
there's probably a little bit of that too.
It could be, but not all of it.
All right. So we go to the grocery store the next day. My son wanted ice cream. So we're like looking for something to do. Downtown's opened up more now. There's people everywhere. Like they all came in the night before. Like everybody, I think they were
Now
just
the
like,
place is
like
packed.
we just came one day earlier and everybody else was like, yeah, we're going to take a break
Right.
after
They'll go
Christmas. We're like,
Friday.
we're going to finish Christmas, throw the tree out and we're hightailing it out. So we
Right.
beat everybody there. This town went from like literally like 2,000 people to 100,000 people over one night. And I don't know how many of them may have fallen off the mountain.
Oh
to
yeah,
get
they
there.
may have fallen.
So
off the
there was
mountain,
just
dude.
like so many freaking people there. Everything was opened up. Everybody was there. We go to the grocery store. This place is packed. And we're in there.
So, I bet a lot. You even know? Do you know what this is, Troy?
You're traveling
I've
to
heard
another
of it before.
dimension.
No, I don't know
Go
the
ahead.
movie though.
You don't know? It's not a
No.
movie. It was a show.
Oh. So
Weird
we go
shit.
to
Well, there was a movie.
It may have been.
There was a
yeah,
movie, I
there may-
believe. Yes. Go ahead.
Well, so we're at their grocery store and this place is packed. And there's this
It's
old
back now.
there's this old Cuban lady there. She's got two little kids. Like she's a grandma and she's pushing like a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old in the cart. And they're like half asleep. Like they probably just got back from their long ass
Drivers
drive.
in Florida are
Go ahead. Sorry.
It was a lot longer than they were expecting it to be. And then there's another like 12-year-old daughter there, or like granddaughter with her, and she says to the daughter to go like, "Hey, look at that line. Is that the?" She asked in this kind of broken
their car
Cuban
insurance
Mexican Spanish.
and doing
"My
this
name
instead.
is
I
this
got
the
this
lunch
car
meat
recently.
line?
Is this the
basically.
lunch
And
meat
look how
line?
much
Right.
this
So
is
the girl
yours.
goes over there,
And midnight.
and the girl comes
that
back
was-
and says, "Yes, it was to the grandma." And so the grandmother got pissed because she looked at the daughter, who's the mother of these kids, and says, "Why you bring me here? You said that we come here to get away from all these fucking people." And I'm sitting here thinking, I came here to get away from not just all these fucking people, but also the Cubans that came over and took over our town. Now
Exactly,
you
you.
guys are here too.
Now you're up here.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fucking hell. Like,
Oh
what are
my
we doing?
My God, what was this? A racist convention against Cubans?
No,
No, there's just too many.
They're
and they're
fucking
not-
all over up there. It was the crazy.
God bless the Cubans, but sometimes they're kind of in their own world.
Wasn't this for a soccer?
No,
No,
this was
a vacation, dude.
this is like our
Oh,
first
I thought it
real
was
and
on a
only.
trip.
No, it wasn't.
I thought he was on a
Vacation.
trip for like the kids' soccer.
No,
Cubans
this
don't play
is
soccer either,
vacation.
though.
Cubans don't play soccer.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They're baseball players,
Oh,
and they like.
Oh, I did not
basketball,
know
but
this.
They're not the best basketball players,
I-
but they like basketball.
I had no idea, Troy.
Yeah,
Thank you for
soccer's not a Cuban sport.
enlightening me.
Well, he'll tell you exactly what race likes what, and with this, I'm just telling everyone
That's
before
terrible.
you rent a cabin in Georgia, you better figure out
Anywhere.
really anywhere if you're going in the mountains.
I think it's kind of crappy that you're not alerting anybody else to the dangers that
Well-
are there. Write a review and let them know.
Well, he doesn't. Do you think it's crappy on it? He's got to do
Yes,
this.
he could save somebody's life.
They're going to fall off the mountain.
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
Well,
How
there
many
was
people
there
have
was
fallen off
the
mountain?
the fireplace had an issue that it wouldn't stay on for more than 10 minutes. So I did tell Katie to note that to him on the outside, just
I
so
mean,
there's some
the
things he could
fucking
fix.
fireplace, Troy. You almost fell off a cliff. You couldn't turn your truck, dude. You're worried about the
Was
fireplace.
the fireplace gas?
Yeah.
Damn it, that'll piss you off, won't it?
And it was the first time the kids saw snow flurries.
I
That
would
was
have been
kinda
like,
oh, dude, that's good.
you
then.
did this to
That's
me,
good
to my
then.
wife. You did
Oh,
this.
well, that was one funny thing when we first got there and I got out of the truck and I still was parked on the incline. I was like, we need to talk about this before you book vacations
Yeah.
like this.
Oh my
She's
God.
like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Just next time, let's go to a fucking beach. She's like, we live at the beach. And I'm like, a different fucking
different
beach.
beach, right.
It was interesting. It was good.
Come
but
on.
it was, added some character.
Got it.
Yeah, character.
Oh, good.
And
I'm
it's
glad
just
you
too
had a
long
good
of a
time.
drive. It's too long of a drive. We won't
It's
be
too
doing that
long.
again.
It is definitely
We're
too
gonna
long
be
to
back
drive.
to just flying, and I had to go to New York since then.
Because see, where
already.
we go to Georgia, just 6 hours, and it's pretty easy, and it's not hilly.
What's next?
I think Biden's doing a good job, don't
Oh
you?
yeah,
Let's get on him.
yeah. Well, did you see him get heckled the other day at the church? He said a couple of things that were interesting. About I think speaking
At that
about
black church,
another
he
church.
got heckled there.
Well, but yeah. Let's see if we could see it.
What'd they see? Hey, you hunky.
No. Oh my God, no. That's not what they said.
What's up?
The truth. There's no light. Without light, there's no path from this darkness.
If you really care about the lives lost here, you should honor the lives lost and call for a ceasefire in Palestine.
Oh no, not the power shit.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all,
I mean,
that's all
how
right.
can I do
That's
it?
all
I don't
right.
have I don't own the Israel. Ceasefire.
Is he going
Come
to?
on,
This guy,
man.
is he about to conduct the symphony?
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Okay, a lot of people can't see this, so
Yes, they can. I don't know.
they're leading him out. Look at this guy. He's got his hands up. I don't know why he's got his hands up like that, like
Hands
he's
up,
being
don't shoot.
arrested.
I don't know.
They're leading him out. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Of
these
what?
crazy people
Of
are
what?
chanting. 4 more years. I mean, my Atlanta. I'd rather have 4 more
4 more
years of
years.
protesters.
Like,
You've got to be kidding me.
like that's like cheering him on is just like absurd. Just like
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut.
yeah.
Even
Well,
if like
see, that's what I'm saying.
you're
All
like,
these
oh, he's
people-
not doing that bad of a job. All right, leave it that. But like cheering him on is a whole other thing.
Are you kidding me?
I understand their passion. And I've been quietly working with the Israeli government to get them to reduce
Yeah,
significantly,
right.
get out of
and get
Gaza.
out. Right.
I won't give it
Using
back
all
to
our
these
kids.
fuckers.
Yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Right.
But I understand the passion. Look, folks,
Folks.
after the civil... Thank you. Thank you. Look,
Okay. I wonder how much he was paid. There's no way. Sorry. That's crazy. You're
Well,
a good man.
Why don't we
bad.
go into? Why don't we get into
I mean-
Hunter
I mean-
Biden? I mean, what was he thinking?
What do you mean? When he walked into the
He walked into
right
this
in?
Commission. I mean, they were having a committee meeting about him. I think.
Okay, yep. Well, it turns out, based on what I heard, that his lawyer there, that cheesy looking dude. that
What was
with
wrong
him,
with the guy? The guy looked like he was on crack.
He's making a documentary.
Oh,
about
I
it.
heard that they were making. So
So
they said they needed
This was
some
all.
film.
This was all part. This
Yeah.
was all a big theater. It was big theater, and they got away with it.
Did you know that, Troy? They're making a documentary.
No, but
That's
that makes
why.
sense because they always make a big deal about how things are going to go down in history. And so they go out there and just turn everything into this media blitz, like making Obama look like he's doing all these different things and giving him the Nobel Peace Prize. And they do all
Right.
these things that in history, 50, 60 years from now, when kids are listening
They
to
won't have any.
about
they'll
going to
think
say
he's the
Obama
greatest.
was such a great president.
Yeah.
He was the first black president, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to talk about the endless amount of racial shit that he started and how economically downturn and the catastrophes that he started. They're not going to talk about that stuff. And then with Biden, like, they're not going to talk about him not being able to string together a whole fucking sentence. They're not going to do that. And then Trump's going to be known by this insurrection. That's not even an insurrection, kids. You weren't even there. That
Well,
makes
let's
absolutely
hope
no
Trump
sense.
is known for his second time. That's what we needed because that's rare too. They come back and get reelected. Is it ever happened?
What do you mean?
It has happened.
President
a
comes
way
back,
long
gets
time
reelected.
Ago, though. No, it was like a long time ago though.
Grover, Cleveland was the 22nd and the 24th.
Nothing
Cleveland.
happens. And you see all these videos now that are out. See, I don't understand how. Well, I can understand how your algorithm is based on what you look at, right? What you interact with. So I could see where somebody who's a Democrat, whatever, very liberal, is not looking at the stuff that probably we look at. Let's say on X or social or Instagram or whatever it is. So they're not seeing the videos, I don't believe, of January 6th and all these things and all these angles and all the videotape and audio tape. Oh my God. Listen, Santa, I've been watching you try to cover that. Just zip it up. That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to hide it. Yeah. Just zip it up. I mean, he's stretching his t-shirt out 15 times. Nothing's helping.
I think I got to go to XL.
You got to go to XL. No, you got to go to the gym more. Or how about whatever?
I go to the gym. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Well, they were saying
What does that
Tommy
mean?
or whatever
I
his name
eat.
is. He had mentioned like in the beginning, and that was one of his.
Zombie.
It was
Wait a minute.
what's his
Rob,
name?
what's it? Rob
the
Zombie?
Indian kid-
Is that what he said?
What's the
He said
Indian guy?
zombie?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, Ramaswamy.
Yeah. I like him. I
No,
like
he was on. It was on the
mispronounce his name.
CNN thing where he kind of had a town hall with him, and she had brought up the question about him saying that he does think that the November 6th or the January 6th thing is not true. He says, but his whole thing started off when it did happen. He's like, I was running this multi-million-dollar tech company or farm company or whatever. And he's like, if you were to ask me then, I would have said, no, anybody that's saying that this isn't real, like this was fringe group that's saying this. He's like, now that I'm in the mix of this and I'm seeing the misleading of this stuff and I'm now privileged to certain information.
He's experiencing
He's
the
like-
hypocrisy and the bullshit.
He's like, you guys only released
government
over
and
like
media.
only like couple hundred hours of video, and there was over like 2,000 hours of video, and you selectively only released this kind of video that didn't show all this other stuff that completely contradicted the package of what you were trying to put out. And he's like, yeah, there is videos of people basically opening the doors to them, and there's all this kinds of stuff. So he's like, it is not a far stretch to say this
Listen,
anymore.
I watched the video, and we could talk about these things forever, but there was a video where they accidentally what happened and why one of the walls or one of the gates or wherever they had them cordoned off the people was breached. The guy shoots a tear gas canister, and he doesn't shoot it. It doesn't go far enough, and he winds up gassing all the MPD, right?
So what are their own?
So
You mean,
now,
like,
they're all
friendly
like,
fire?
they weren't ready for it because none of them had none of them had masks on. So now they're all retreating, like they're all moving out of the way from where the what is it called?
The
God damn it.
gates and stuff.
No,
yeah.
the fog, whatever, tear gas,
Yeah, tear
whatever
gas,
the
yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with me? Where the tear gas was sprayed. So now there's nobody. They were holding the people back. I mean, the people, they have those metal gates that they put out for like concerts and shit and whatever to close streets off. They just walked right through
Lie,
it.
though.
Do you
Yeah,
watch
but
the press secretary? Do you
But
watch
just flat out lie though. That's just a lie.
our
Anybody
girl,
can figure out.
KJP, whatever? She lies every day. Gaslights every day.
Hey, did you see what
Oh.
she had said about the razor wire and said how razor wire doesn't work down on the border? And she
said
gave
that
this
word?
whole thing how razor wire doesn't work, and the guy's like, "What do you mean it doesn't hurt?" She's like, "Well, there's scientific proof that it actually causes more harm to our border patrol people than to keep
Than the
people out." And the guy's like, how does that, like, that doesn't even make any sense. She's like, nope, it's scientific. Like, goes to this whole thing.
Scientific that
I don't
the guy.
understand her.
Yeah, well, because they're removing people who get stuck in it. That's why it's fucking dangerous.
Well, probably, yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean?
that
it
is, so
doesn't
it's
keep
doing its
people out.
job.
Ex-
That's
exactly.
what it's supposed
But
to do.
because we're civilized, they don't want to leave like
Right.
a little
They're
kid
not
in there
gonna
because
leave
these
someone in there.
animals
They're
down
not gonna
there
leave
pushing
anybody in there,
They're
you
pushing
know.
a 4-year-old up there. Hey, try to go get through there because these dummies in America that they're gonna come save you because they're nice normal people.
Right. They'll get you out, which is what happens. I don't know. The border is just a total. I mean, I can't even get into it. It's just so ridiculous. How can
I just don't
how can
understand
anybody
how
say
more people, no matter what side you're on, are okay or just being quiet about this.
I just can't. I mean, you're looking at how many how many hundreds of thousands, like in a month or whatever it was, or is it 30,000?
No, there was 300,000 plus last month.
A
Alone,
month, 300,000 people.
encounters or whatever, something like that.
And these people are from East Africa and West Africa. That I saw a bunch of them from like Afghanistan,
Cairo, Egypt.
Jordan.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I mean,
where are they coming from?
There's
Why
all
are they
kinds of
coming?
things that these people are coming in here, and they will all reconnect at some point. Not all of these people. A lot of these people just want to come to America for a better life, but it's not the way to go about.
Maybe
doing
we'll get some more
But-
restaurants, like
some
Yeah, you'll get
some
one
Egyptian,
you'll get-
some
when you-
falafel.
You know what they call it? The tick-tock, because that's what it's going to sound like when the bomb goes tick-tock, tick-tock,
Really?
tick-tock.
I hope
what
not.
movie was on last
I
night?
hope not
can't-
either.
I hope
you know,
not,
but
dude.
you tell me.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Like I said, I feel like we're kind of in a safe zone here where we live.
Well, we maybe,
Most
but still
definitely.
could happen.
And-
Once it
and-
starts happening
but-
anywhere.
And I think the state
I'm talking about
as
anywhere.
a whole is pretty decent.
I'm talking about anywhere where life could be
Yeah,
taken.
I mean, you take a trip to any major city and you get on a plane, freaking doors are blowing off because the screws are not tight enough. You know, I mean, it's bizarro world.
Well, I
what
think
we
that
live in.
goes to the movie that we were talking about, that Obama movie.
Leave the
one on
what was it? What is it? Leave the world behind.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was the one, and I watched it.
I didn't even know.
Everybody
anything
says
about
they liked it,
No,
though. I mean, I haven't seen it.
Honestly, I
I
watched.
didn't like
it.
the ending.
A lot of people. My wife didn't like the ending either. The
Well,
thing
don't
that
say the
caught
ending,
me.
'cause I
I
haven't
don't.
heard
I don't
it.
think she ever likes the ending.
She likes it quicker.
Well, I
likes it.
watched the movie myself, and
She
I
likes
was
the
like,
ending
it
to be
kept you
quicker.
on the edge of your seat your entire time, but it wasn't overly climactic at any given moment. You just keep thinking, like, all right, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, like that, and you're constantly just drawn into
I
it the whole
know.
time.
You know,
But the
Julia
one thing-
Roberts. Being being like the racist white girl.
Well, no,
You
but
know,
that's the thing, though. But
come
you
on.
know what? That's the thing, though.
You didn't have to
that's-
throw that
Okay,
in.
But
there.
it's
just let me-
also-
let me watch
They
it.
made it about race. It could have. She could
No.
have just been that she was
No,
scared.
exactly.
It wasn't just that.
Can I
It-
just watch it?
Julia Roberts wasn't the one that was just racist.
What's the
the
name
black
of the movie?
black girl was very, very racist too. And honestly, that's what caught my attention about the movie. Is like, why is all the racial undertones? Like, what's the point? This
Well,
is before I knew the Obamas were part of it, right? I didn't
Right.
even know
Did
that.
your
I
head
know.
explode when you found
No,
out?
and I
Did-
just
I told him, yeah, that
like
he was
I'm
no
watching.
wonder
I'm
that's
just
what
like,
it was.
man, it's so crazy. Like they're even doing this, like in a new film. And the only reason why I watched this, Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke was in it. I'm like, all right, it's got to
Yeah.
be pretty good, right?
Should
so I
be.
watched this. Like that's what I would think, right? And so I'm watching. I'm like, what's with all this fucking racial like movies don't have that shit anymore for no reason. I'm not saying that what happened in that movie and the
Okay,
things
so
that are-
why did he do make it? Why did he have to do that? Is that him?
Why?
again
because
being
he's
what do you
division-
mean?
That's what his
That's
since
his thing.
2000
That's
what he
all he
does.
ever
what he's
does
been
is
doing.
Why do we have to be so so divided? Why does he
Well,
keep doing it?
And it's
What's the
whole
purpose
premise.
of it?
You say we want to be here, we want to be equal, we want to do this, we want to do that. You're there. You're there. Stop complaining. But you also want to be special. You can't have it both ways. You're either in or you're out. You're in with everybody and we're all in it together, or you're not. So now you want to be special? Well, you're special, but I don't fucking have to treat you special. You're not special enough to get a job just because you're special. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're not fucking smart enough to have.
But
the
that's what
job.
I'm saying. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Well, that's not. Yeah, that's the
so
reason
they're,
not
they're,
to.
they perpetuate this stuff and people eat it up. I don't understand how people are so gullible and stupid. You had a black president. You have black Supreme Court justices. You have all kinds of ethnic backgrounds in government. Stop fucking complaining.
How about the general, the
Just
black
stop.
general
Stop
that just had
complaining.
prostate? Yeah, him.
Jesus, just move ahead.
What
Our
happened to
fucking
him?
country's being invaded by the second. By the second.
Why
And they're moving kids out of schools. I mean, it's a new year and the shit's not getting any better, dude. It's fucking worse. It's getting worse. That's all I see. And it's
Candace
negative.
Owen-
I'm
Candace
being
Owen made
a
a whole
negative
thing.
fucking Nelly here.
She
but
made a whole thing the other day. Basically, she was within like some black organization group or whatever, and it was about furthering black people. And her whole premise was that, listen, before we're trying to further black people, and she's not necessarily like she's black, obviously, but she's not like gung ho on all that kind of shit.
No, she's not.
But it's a real like event of like furthering black people's agenda, and it doesn't mean it's racist. It's just all right. They are a group, and they want to figure out how they make themselves forward. So
Fine
it
with
wasn't
that.
like a wrong thing.
Who's
that she's
not
like-
fine with
but
that?
her point was that she's like, listen, before we keep doing this, we have to figure out what is it we stand for and what we want. And she's speaking as a Black woman herself, not as like a Republican pundit, right? But she says right now, these illegal immigrants from the left that they're allowing them in here, they're the new Black. She's like, pretty soon, our vote is not going to matter because it's going to be so outnumbered by these people. And because we're turning on the Democrat Party because of the way things have been going for them. They're not like jumping on board as quickly as they have been since things haven't been working. They're bringing in all these other people because they can manipulate them this way. And her point is like, that's the new Black. She's like, we're going to be irrelevant. Right now we have a powerful vote that we're sitting right there in something. He's like, but if we keep letting these people bring in millions upon millions of illegals and they're doing this for votes, our vote's going to be irrelevant.
Maybe we're the minority.
Well, that's what I was going to ask about. Like, say the Palestine and Israel thing, right? And there's all these kids that are out there protesting on behalf of Palestine. What is it that they're seeing? I know we just talked about social media and how like my
They're
things
seeing
I'm
all-
being fed. What is it that they're being fed
That's a
that
good
we're
question.
not being fed from our side? Because it's not like we're this huge like pro-Israel area. So it's not like, yeah, if it's pro-Trump stuff, yeah, I see how I can get fed that stuff, right? But pro-Israel, it's not like I'm sitting around being part of that for my whole life.
No, but I am pro-Israel because of the nature
Yeah,
of what
but so
happened.
what is it that we're
you know?
being shown that they're not, or vice versa, that would make it such a stark contrast?
I don't know. Either that or they're being taught somewhere.
We talked about it.
We did.
It's they're made out to be the oppressed. They look at these kids, anyone who they feel is oppressed, there'll be a movement. They're just pawns. I mean, I've never seen so many people protest. You know, besides
But, I mean,
the right. I mean,
my
but this
question:
is-
Are
this
they
is-
all?
they're blocking roads? I mean, this is all over the world.
Are these people in groups? I mean, do they belong to like an organization? Like,
I don't know, but
and then they
everybody
go,
has,
okay, we got to go.
everybody has really nice signs and scarves. You know,
Yeah, but
we should be trying to drop ship that shit, those scarves right now. Get in on Amazon or something because there's a lot of money in it.
you're probably
Okay,
right.
look,
It
Why don't we
should
look at,
not
can
be.
you look it up and see what it's called and look at it?
What
I
is
mean,
it?
I don't know.
Scarf?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Palestine.
Palestine.
Yeah, say what is the
Scarf.
what is
Palestine
the what is the-
scarf.
Palestine. Oh my god. Afghanian.
Afghanian.
The Afghanian and
These
the,
Palestinians, they were like
these Israelis.
scoff
These
and,
Israelis. We stand with the Israelis.
But we really do have to stand with Israel.
Kiev.
It's ridiculous.
The Kiev.
I mean, if anybody,
Kefia. Keffieyeh has long been the symbol of Palestine nationalism, exemplified by the late
KEFF.
Iyeh.
what the fuck?
Exemplified by the late PLO leader.
Yeah, there it is.
Yasser
That's it,
Arafat,
dude. How much
who
are
was
they?
rarely photographed without.
Holy shit, $8.50. That's all it is.
$8.50.
$8.
Well, see, they could wrap it around, but then
It's $8.50.
So basically, this isn't something of the religion. It's just Arafat used to do this, and it's like
there's one for $33. That's a man, I guess. I don't know. All right.
95 euros out of stock. See, out of stock.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
That's what you get.
Out of stock. I wonder why.
They like them.
Yeah, no kidding. Come on.
I don't know. I don't know where they all come from or how they all just come out of the woodwork like that. That's scary, if you ask me.
Mhm.
I mean, because they just all of a
that's what
sudden
I'm saying.
there was
They're
just
blocking
giant
roads.
crowds of
Yeah.
them
Yeah, it's crazy.
just showing up everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on?
Yeah. You can't tell me that.
And they hate Israel that much. I mean, what the hell? I mean,
I don't know.
what's wrong with you?
I don't want. Why don't people just go to work, go get jobs, clean up your communities, work, be nice to each other.
Oh, that's too.
I mean, it's
they can't do that.
ridiculous.
Oh my God, you're asking too much.
I know, right? It's ridiculous. But hey, I just wanted to make just a quick shout out in case he listens. But we all share things. My daughter's boyfriend had a unfortunate event happen in early December. Actually, had a brain bleed, and which is basically kind of like a stroke kind of thing. He's okay now. He was in the hospital for a while. He's doing okay, but they call it an AVM. And he said it could, you could be born with it, or it could develop. It's what it is. Yeah. Arterial venous malformation. It's a tangle of blood vessels that irregularly connects arteries and veins, disrupting blood flow and oxygen circulation. So anyway, he has one of these, and it was pretty scary. Now, you know, of course, the neurosurgeon, who's amazing, comes in and says, you know, this is how you can get it. You know, you could be born with it. It's mostly in the brain and in the spine. You could be born with it, or it can form. Now, we all know that there's been a lot of young kids having strokes or getting blood clots and stuff after they got vaccinated. And of course, I asked my daughter, I'm like, oh, just, I kind of went sideways. You know, was he vaccinated? Oh, I got the evil eye.
Conspiracy,
Yeah, I got the evil eye.
Oh my God.
But just want to give Tyler a
He
shout
was
out.
vaccinated because they were a little
Yes,
bit on
I
the
asked
left.
him.
They
Yes,
were
yes,
yeah.
they both are. And
Sorry,
anyway,
but I'm not saying, but that's
just
strange. But
you know,
good luck.
and there were really no signs.
He's
It just
doing a lot
happened.
better,
He's
though.
24 years old. So yeah. Thank you.
Tyler,
He's
he's
doing
doing better, yeah.
much better. Yep. Good
Cheers.
Tyler.
Cheers.
Love
Another
you.
soccer
G.
player just went down
Cheers.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't
really?
remember his name, yeah.
Yeah.
I just read about
These young
this.
kids. I mean,
On the
these
field?
these are young people. You can't tell me this is, and what's his name? Fraudchi over there. Fraudchi was testified. Says, did you see about?
No, they
he
were
said-
supposed to
he
get
said
ready to put
about-
him. Something
Yeah.
was going on, wasn't it? Did he testify?
Yes.
When?
What are they trying to get out of a testimony from him? He tells us everything. He just says what he wants to say, and then he's never held
I
accountable.
mean, nothing
for it.
ever happens.
Yeah,
He just goes back to his beach house and sits here.
Well,
He
he
just talks
said-
down to us like he's just so
Right.
wicked smart.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's just how it is.
Yeah. Fauci admits to Congress that certain COVID social distancing guidelines
6
lack
foot was
scientific
bullshit.
basis. Sort of just appeared. This is
The
what
That's what
foot
he's,
shit.
he's gonna fall on his sword over the 6 foot. What really? It could have been 5.5.
Yeah.
Could have been 6.5. We didn't
Right.
have scientific proof to say
Yeah.
6 foot specifically was the problem.
It could have
That's
been that
where
you
I
didn't
messed
need
up.
to do it.
He's going to try to highlight that.
Yeah,
instead of
that's
the
where
other
we
shit.
messed up, guys. You're right. That's what the whole conspiracy is.
Everyone
about.
get
The 6
vaccinated now.
inches-
You know.
Oh my gosh.
You don't
That-
hear-
I
you
I
don't
read
hear
that
about
headline
it.
and I was like, that's such a distraction. That's the stupidest thing. All of us, that's what we're bitching about is the 6 feet.
The 6 foot. Yeah. Oh, you bastard.
What
you made us
makes
sit
it-
6 foot apart from each other.
Had
you
it
know.
been 5.5, we wouldn't even be having this
Yeah,
conversation.
we wouldn't even care. Stupid
is.
ass.
It's terrible.
What a dumbass. And that's all he's doing is reflecting and trying to get it or
Deflecting.
deflect.
Yeah. No, make it something so stupid.
Yeah.
And it's good speaking for the Democrats or the MSNBC or CNN. But like, yeah, he gets on there and this is what they're making an issue about.
Yeah. This
It's
is all it
6
is.
feet.
The 6 foot thing.
No, actually, I haven't heard one person bitch about the 6
No,
feet.
I've never heard anyone say anything
Like, do
about
we do
it.
think
till he
the
just
6
said-
feet was stupid? But that's
Well-
not what slowed the country
Well,
down.
none of us really did it half the time, but still. But I mean, that's the stupidest damn thing. We didn't care about that. It was the mask and the vaccinations.
and shutting
period.
everything down.
And I don't know why it seems like after COVID, we've gotten more ads. More, maybe I'm just more aware of them. But it seems like we've gotten a lot more big pharma ads. A lot.
Oh yeah. I mean,
A
it's,
lot of
it's,
They
big
it's,
started
pharma,
the
dude.
maids ones again. I'm telling you, there's something there.
Oh, the AIDS ones is back.
Oh yeah.
The
I see him on. I
commercials.
see him every day.
Yeah.
Every day. You
Same
see them.
thing.
Does it bother you at all? Do you ever think about it? Like we're just so sitting here, like fucking life. Everything is just great, and then until it's too late. I don't know. Like I feel something's going to happen.
Well, it doesn't bother me.
No.
Well,
All right.
the
I'm a worry.
it goes back to
Yeah, I
the
mean, my
premise of that
God.
whole movie.
You can't.
That
do
was
it.
what the whole thing that makes it even scarier about.
Listen,
that
if you
is.
you can't talk about.
I know I'm not
wanna
going to talk
watch it.
about, but I mean,
I guess everyone keeps talking about it. I didn't.
you're
wanna
living
watch
it.
but
It's part of the
Obama.
problem. That's the thing.
Well, it's Obama.
That's the whole premise of
I
this
know.
movie.
Well, they
It's
knock
not Obama.
out,
I didn't even know Obama was part of it until I watched it the second
but they
time.
knock out like
no, that's-
infrastructure and stuff.
That's
don't
not
they?
even
Like-
really what happened.
Oh, it's
They
not.
didn't
Okay,
even
never
know
mind.
what was happening.
Okay, never mind.
And honestly, I
You're
didn't
gonna
even
ruin
know.
it.
I
You're
didn't
gonna
know.
ruin it
About,
for him.
Never mind.
it just
'Cause he'll
through the
say
credits,
something
it
too,
caught
yeah.
me out of the corner of my eye the third time watching it, and I saw
Third
that, yeah,
time
I
you
watched
watched
it 3 times because I watched
Why?
it again
3 times.
when I got my wife to watch
Why?
it. I got her to watch it, and I happened to walk in, and she was watching, and I got stuck there, and I watched the rest of it. Then she's like, "You got to have Wakeland watch it." So then I started doing it, watching with Wakeland, and I just never left. And then at the end of that movie, the credits were on, and it caught out of the corner of my eye. I said, "I thought it said Obama." So I went back.
I told
to
you that before, didn't I? I
No.
think I told you that
Well,
was Obama.
You did say it, but I had already known by that point.
Oh, you did.
And so when I went back and I was like, "Oh,
He
it's an
knows he didn't
executive-
know it
it's
was
an
me.
No, it was executive producer because I had to
Liar.
look it up. I'm like, what does an executive producer? What is their role basically? And they're like,
To get paid.
They're the ones that raise the money to put the pieces together. They're either
Oh,
the
really?
main money behind it, or
Financial
the
guy.
people that like they're the project happens because of that.
Yeah, but they're gonna also go by their guideline, whatever he says, like, hey, make this more racial.
Oh no,
I don't know why I would say that.
It was
but
a big deal. It was definitely a
that
part
doesn't
of it
make
for
any
sure.
sense.
But even like so
let me ask you one question. Could they have taken the racial tones out of it and gotten the
Yeah.
same movie?
the
why?
racial tones had absolutely nothing to do with the premise.
So we
of it.
didn't really need the racial tones. So
That's
why?
That's the thing. Before I knew Obama was part of it, that was my
Right.
point. I'm
No,
like,
I
why?
know.
I don't even understand why they would have
You
done
told
that.
me that like they were
Yeah.
already.
Probably because the first time I talked to you about it, I hadn't even watched it again yet to even know Obama was behind it. That was my only thing. I just was left like, why are they doing this? Because it just seems like something that would cause a problem, not like it didn't add any depth to the film. And then all of a sudden you see it's like Obama, and you're like, oh, now I understand why we're going to cause racial shit for no reason. Like,
Right. We're
that's
right
what-
back.
That's what we do.
What's the
he should
what's,
have did it with Julia Roberts.
what's the name of it again?
Obama.
No, the guy.
What's the name of the movie again?
Leave the World Behind.
Yeah,
Leave the World Behind. Okay. Thank you.
But no,
Thank
it
you
was
for your movie review. Stop talking about it.
no, but that's the other thing. So like Hollywood, though, a lot of Hollywood people, though, they came out, and so I was reading about it. Like, what are everybody else thoughts? The ending was a problem with a lot of people.
It
and,
sucked.
And then the other
Well,
problem
thanks.
was,
I'm not wondering if I want to watch it now. I mean, what the hell?
I honestly I didn't mind the ending. I actually liked it.
Well,
But
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Fucking
I know,
weirdo.
he's weird.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah,
opposite.
you know what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. That's
Right,
his ending.
everything's opposite.
That's his happy ending.
it's about the
Nothing.
journey.
It's
about the journey.
Okay, I don't want to hear it
There's
anymore.
no
All right, so
journey.
the thing though
Journey.
was that even Hollywood people were making a comment about it, like the reviewer people, like the Sissel and Eberts or whoever, not them, who say I don't even know who those fucking people are.
Siskel and Eve. One of those guys.
Sissel and Easker.
Yeah,
Sissel and
whoever those people
See,
are.
Siskel and Egbert.
Egbert.
I mean, what the fuck?
Really?
One
A
of
lot of the reviews
bad.
of the movie though from Hollywood was making a note of the unnecessary racial undertones of the
Undertones.
film. It was just unnecessarily.
So there are other people that noticed,
and
it.
not like Clint Eastwood coming out and saying it, like real people that are like they're probably strong Democrats. They even were noting like, hey, like what's the point?
right. Why? All right.
And
well,
then of course
you know-
look at executive producer and you're like, oh, that's right. They're put on earth just to cause fucking civil war.
right, just to stir it up.
Yeah, stir it up. See what I mean? Everything's to stir it up.
Yeah.
I
You
missed a
shot your
deer. I
kid?
shot a deer, and I think I hit it, and Buster scared it off. My first shot.
Then you didn't hit it very well.
I think I did. Well, no, I probably didn't.
He didn't hit it.
Well, I
If
hit it.
it took off and it's
Dude,
gone.
I saw that thing jump and kick, and
Yeah,
then it
they
went
jump
off to the
kicking it.
right,
They all
then-
jump and kick when
and then-
when a bullet goes underneath them.
and then
Wouldn't you?
Six
But
pack
bullet flies
abs.
by you, you're going to be jumping too.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know, they
Goes
don't jump
whizzing by
like
your
that.
head.
They
Hell
they
yeah.
run when they hear that. They don't jump unless they get hit.
Have you shot it a lot?
Yeah, I've watched enough hunting shows to know. Fucker. And the Waltons and gun and the
I've
riflemen
watched a lot of science, so I'm a
and the-
scientist.
and the riflemen and Gunsmoke. I've seen it all.
Mhm.
It's true. So anyway,
Anyway, you didn't.
he walks over there. He
You
should have
didn't hit
waited
it.
a little longer, but we waited like 45 minutes. And we were looking for it. It was raining. We couldn't see any blood. Oh, I thought you were going to say probably because you didn't hit
You didn't hit it.
it. But then he walked up
Zero
on
blood
something in the brush
in the woods, and
in the woods, and he said
it jumped.
it jumped.
But I'm not sure it was a deer. It could have been a hog. It almost that's
Could have been a
almost gonna-
tortoise, turtle.
No, he didn't. He jumped up, ran. Could have been a rabbit.
You don't see many turtles in the woods in Georgia.
Oh, there's a shitload.
I was
of
going to
them.
say they
Oh.
should have tortoises, just like
Well, at
the
least
kind
I
we have
didn't.
running
Oh,
around.
we got
here.
a lot
I think
of 'em.
turkeys.
Yeah, I would think there's
lot,
big, like,
lot more up there than down here.
like
Turtles?
tortoises, right?
The big
Like the hard shell ones.
You've seen them.
hard
You've
shell.
seen
What,
them while you were
there's a
hunting.
soft shell up there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like here, we got the kind that's got the soft shell that swim
That's
around
a
in the
soft
water.
shell turtle.
But
yeah,
the
that's
big
a-
hard shell ones we
Yeah.
have here.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have them
big-
up in
That's a
Georgia. I think.
tortoise. Isn't that a tortoise?
yeah, like a tortoise. They got
Yeah,
them
I would think you-
everywhere.
In Georgia.
Everywhere. You didn't see any of them.
No.
I would think
you
there
didn't
would be
see
them
any
there.
of the where they live. Where they bore
Nest
out.
or whatever.
they're
no.
They
bore
like
out.
dig a hole in the ground.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Oh,
Like
in
around
those-
here, they live up in the palmetto bushes.
so
and
that's
stuff.
what it is. I did see those holes. Like
There's a
burrowed,
hole.
like,
Yeah, like a
so that's
berm.
for a turtle.
Yeah, he lives in there.
I mean, this is why the Oddfathers is so.
And I
fucking
will tell you,
amazing.
I'll tell you
I
another
learn
thing
shit
too.
every time we do this podcast.
They're smart
I had
too.
no idea.
Have you ever seen them go back to their? They'll go out during the day and eat, forage on. How you like that? They'll go out and eat on like grass and shit and dick around, and they'll go a long way. And then when they're ready to get back to their hole, they just turn. They know exactly where it is and haul. They'll go just hauling ass. They'll walk right by you. It's wild. I'm like, here comes a turtle.
A turtle hauls ass.
Yeah, and he's like this, like up.
They
and he's
can
like,
move a lot faster. They just pretend they
No,
don't
and
move
he's
fast.
going pretty damn fast. And he goes
Bullshit.
straight back to his hole. He knows exactly where it is.
Did you know? Did I tell you? I saw it right in front of this,
Wild.
right in front of on my street.
That's why you don't ever do
A lady
anything to him. We never
walking
do
a
anything.
big
with him.
tortoise, just walking it. It would follow her along like you were walking a dog.
What?
Yes,
Where?
I have it on video. I think I sent it to your wife.
There's one in
When?
there's
a couple of years ago.
There's a couple of them up and down McGregor though on the riverside that they do have them because we had the one that's made it like up and down.
Right,
McGregor,
that
and
one you're
it was
talking about.
in Twin Palm for a long time in that area. And it was in my backyard forever. I don't know. He got out underneath the fence sooner or later, but it was trapped back there for a bit.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've never seen a turtle in the woods.
What happened
I
to
see
it?
squirrels. I see
Just
birds,
disappeared. But then like a
turkey.
week
Oh, we
later,
see,
it showed,
we see
deer.
turtles all the time. You're just not. They're there.
they're kind of camouflaged.
Thank you.
No, they move. They're always moving.
Yeah, but I mean, they're probably very hard to see.
no, they're not.
No.
No,
Well, at least I didn't. Anyway,
they walk right. Down
I
the
didn't
side
lose a
of the
weapon
roads.
this time. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Well, you shot at one, but
Yeah. Oh, and then I saw the biggest buck I've ever seen that anyone's ever seen.
But we weren't able to shoot it.
No, it was too far off and behind the trees, but it was magnificent. It was majestic. It really was.
he did. Yeah, he saw everything.
I did.
Our year's
I'm
over,
telling you.
by the way.
I know it's fucking horrible.
I know.
Season's done.
Season's done. Yeah.
Can't we go tomorrow?
No.
Let's go to sports.
No. Wait a minute. Wait
Is
a
that
minute.
the
Hang on. Before
segment
we
we
leave.
Oh,
keep
here
trying
we
to cut to?
Before we leave, hang on. So
Before
you're
we
not.
leave-
You quit dipping though.
I still haven't dipped.
Really?
Well, you need to stay away from the dip, dude.
Yeah, I still haven't done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're back to having a few beers, but still
Yeah.
not many. But I would do away with the dipping.
Yeah, I
'cause
haven't
that's
done it
bad
yet. The
part.
other
Yeah, that's
day,
bad, dude.
what was I
That's-
doing the other day? I really felt like I wanted to dip. I can't remember.
Well,
what it
there's going to
was.
be. It's going to go on for like a year.
But it hasn't been that bad. Like
It'll
there's
go on. Have
probably
you had
been about-
dreams yet?
No, no dreams.
Wait till you start having the dreams, and you got to dip in.
Dreaming of dipping.
Oh yeah, I do. Still to this day, sometimes.
Well, you used to dip too?
Oh yeah, years and years ago, and I
Really?
still have a dream that it's in. Yeah, I dipped a lot.
What joy do you get out of it?
I guess
What
you get
joy do
addicted
you
to it,
not
just
get?
like a cigarette.
I don't know. The taste in your mouth.
It's
I mean,
just
isn't
like
that
a cigarette.
having to spit all the time?
I don't know. Yeah, just,
That too. Yeah, that's awesome.
I used to love it, but you had the you could drink. I drank with. I couldn't eat. With
Yeah, how do
one.
you eat and drink?
You could
I
drink.
would drink. all
I
day
could
long.
drink,
You
I
could
couldn't
drink,
eat.
but aren't you swallowing? Now you're
No.
mixing up dip juice with
No, you-
fucking beer and
No,
No,
that's-
you go
wine or
over
whatever.
it.
That's
You
what
go over it.
perfection.
What do you mean you go over it? It's in your
You-
mouth.
You
You
segment.
go over it.
This
don't go
happens for
over it.
this. Oh, you
It's
can.
impossible.
No,
How do
you
go over it?
can. I did it all the time. You can go right over it
Oh yeah.
because then you're ready to get rid of it. You got to spit it
Some
out.
people can't dip and drink, and I don't know how they do. My mouth dries up too much. I need the extra lubrication.
That's one reason you dip is so you can drink. You know, it's kind of like smoking and drinking. That was a long time ago. It was a long, long time ago. But I'm glad I quit. And it's not good for you at all.
Was it
It's
hard
very
to
bad.
suck cock when you? Did you just put the penis right over your dip?
You just go right over it.
My God, what do you mean you can't go over it with liquid?
Yes, you can.
How?
I can't show you because I can't put it in my mouth any longer.
Can't do it now. Like this, you got.
I think it's just an oral fixation.
Here,
Oh,
let
it
me-
is that.
Let me go right over
fucking
this
weird.
microphone like
you're
this. Let me
weird.
show you.
We deep throat the mic.
You see, no
Go
problem,
put
no
some-
dippy.
How? It's in there. I guess maybe if you
They
just
got
wrap
these,
your
they
lip
got
around
these
it?
nicotine patches
Patches.
now. I mean, not patches, but things you put
It's a
in your
little
mouth.
white little baggie or
You
something.
put it in
like
your
that, isn't
mouth,
it?
yeah, and it's straight nicotine, but you don't spit.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The nicotine is the issue.
Well, yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
my issue was. The
Yeah.
nicotine is not what gives you cancer, though.
No,
Nicotine is what hinders your body from healing.
it's all the
itself.
other shit that they put in it.
And the fact that there's always something pushed there. Like, so my dentist at one point had said, even if you put
Anything like a rock.
candy there, something
Right.
there all
It's
the
still
time, it's going to create a callus, and the callus itself becomes cancerous at some point, or potentially becomes cancerous.
Really?
Well, you don't want cancer with the mouth. I'm
No.
telling you, they'll cut half your face. What's his name? Kelly. Well, now we can
No.
go right into sports. What's his name?
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly.
Was it Jim Kelly? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Jim Kelly's still bad. He
That's
had
right.
major surgery because he dipped a lot. Oh, now speaking of sports,
let's go to sports.
how you like that?
Wait, that's not what I want. No, that's not what I
Dude,
want.
you're really bad with that
That's
today.
not what, no, I had another one. What the heck? I thought I reprogrammed it. I guess I didn't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
you're
fucking
terrible.
the Oddfathers.
Yeah.
Everybody's used to it.
There's one odd.
I am the Oddfather. Anyway, talk about sports. Nick Saban out at Alabama. Who else? Bill Belichick out
Belichick
at
checked
New
out.
England.
So did he? I want to know if Belichick got
Pete
fired.
Carroll out at Seattle.
Do you think they'll get another job?
Do you think they'll get another job?
I mean, will they go? Are they retired?
Dion's saying that it was because of the changes, like you
I
mentioned,
know.
the
Yeah.
changes
That's what
to
I
college
think.
football.
I think he's probably right.
Just check out. It's like it's too much even for me, and I'm only 45. I'm like, fuck it, it's way too.
It's just very
unnecessary.
confusing and shit. Retires on X.
I would
So-
say he's not. I mean, just he's young enough to like go enjoy his fucking life. I'd say. Like, what is he? He's probably
Who? Belichick or Saban?
Saban.
Saban's probably.
He's got to be in his 60s.
Yeah, he's got to be late 60s.
That's what I'd say. He's old enough to be like.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's what I
done.
mean. So he should just retire and be done because he's not going to be a broadcaster. I hope not, because he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, they would have to be careful letting him on there.
He's done it
having
before.
the beeping guy ready.
He's done it before, but he's just kind of a
Yeah,
he's
he doesn't.
smart.
He doesn't strike me as a person that would be
no.
like. He's not going to be like you would watch him for.
I mean,
entertainment.
brilliant
Like
football
how? Like
coach.
what could he say next? You might watch him for that.
Maybe I
purpose.
don't know. Good coach.
I think he's done.
You think he's done?
That's what I'd say.
What about Belichick?
I
How
think
old
he's
is he?
done Too. He's got to be.
He's got to be 70, doesn't he?
Now, did he retire too?
That's what I mean. Did he
That's
retire
what
or
he's
did
saying.
he
I
quit?
didn't see that part.
Bill
Yes, he did.
Belichick retires,
Yeah.
leaving the Patriots.
So did he retire or did he quit? I mean, or did he just quit or get
They're
fired?
just saying he's leaving.
Exactly.
So that doesn't even mean that he's retiring. They mutually part ways.
I mean, you don't think the Panthers or one of these teams want Belichick as their coach? They'll hire him in a second.
He was born in 52. He's 71. Belichick.
Yeah. So why? I'm back to this. Why would you go work? Why wouldn't you just say the hell?
Why
with
would you hire them? It's like getting a president
that
of the United
old.
States. Let's like go out of our way to hire somebody that's
right? That
going to
old,
die
yeah.
in 5 years.
Right. Or maybe, but still, you don't. They're going to start losing their mind.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I think hiring somebody at 71. It's like unless they need the money,
to be
like like
4 years.
You
So
just
amazing
cut us off with this
opportunity.
bullshit.
Received tremendous
Fuck was
support.
that?
It was muted
We had
somehow.
a vision of building a winner, building a championship.
Well, why don't we leave
football
it muted?
team
It's
here,
not good.
and, that's exceeded my wildest dreams,
Um,
expectations.
Watch how many times he says,
The amount of success that we were able to achieve together, through hard work and
you saw this?
contributions of so many people.
I didn't see it.
So I'm very
listen,
proud of
just
that.
did it again.
And I always have those great memories.
Listen.
I'll carry with those with me the rest of my life.
Ah,
And of
shit.
course, after
Listen.
Robert, thanks to assistant coaches.
Oh my
great
God.
coaches.
And a big shout out to the word
Thanks.
All right. Big shout out to the word
I mean, I think you don't want to just send somebody home and be like, never go to work again. But I think at that age, you're like, you don't want to bring them into a full-time leadership position, but maybe a slow exit of they still have some level of input. So they have something to go to. Because again, being 71, I mean,
He looks pretty good for 71.
Yeah, he doesn't look 71 at all.
No. I mean, for what he's gone through.
But
I don't
obviously, there seems like there was an issue between the two of them, whether it was money or recruiting. Or
Well, I
whatever.
think
There's
I
something
think
there.
Belichick, he's had one of the worst seasons he's had in a long
Yeah.
damn time. So
Was it really a bad season? I wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't
they
pay
didn't.
attention to. The
They weren't
Patriots.
very good,
I'm too busy crying about my job.
and they
Like
used
how-
to be the team. Like a couple
Bullshit.
years ago, not
Oh,
long.
they lost Brady.
Yeah.
It ain't pretty now.
No. Just goes to show you. Pete Carroll, another guy. He's up there too.
That's honestly what sucks for him because I do like Belichick as a coach though because he's just successfully ran such a good program for so
Yeah,
long. Even
I
if
mean,
people say he cheats or
He
whatever,
still
just
was
talking shit
unbelievable.
is that he when Brady left, he was going to do it on his own afterwards. And it almost looks like a lot of his success was because of Brady, not because of the two of them.
Right. That's exactly right. Now he leaves now. That's what I'm thinking. I go,
Yeah.
well, maybe it was about Brady.
I mean, I think he played a big role in it because I think even before,
No doubt. There's no doubt.
but it just looks that way optically. And
Oh,
then,
hell yeah.
Brady checks
No,
out.
but
at
there's a lot that goes
Bucks.
into it too, like
Yeah,
play
Brady-
calling and shit like that.
Brady checked out and took damn Tampa Bay to.
you know,
I thought it was
You
a
know.
bad choice of him doing that because I mean, as much as I liked
What?
it, I was like, "Come on, dude, you're going on top of the
Yeah.
world. Just leave it alone."
He fucking
who
about-
Brady going to
Yeah.
the Bucks? You mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then he
Yeah.
goes to the Bucks and he gets to do what he did. I mean, that was just like
Yeah, that's crazy.
that could have been gone either way for him though,
Right. But he tried.
and it worked. He still had it left in him.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he'll be missed.
For the
Really?
sports
I'm not
today.
going to miss him at all.
I'm not
Fuck
going to
him.
miss Belichick.
We got
I'm
fucking
glad he's
hosed.
left.
There's a whole Florida State controversy, but we had a good season.
Yeah, we got
Good
kind of
season.
dick, but
Undefeated.
but they would have stayed and played if we
That-
would have been in
yeah,
that. Because
no.
we lost all these
If
players.
we had our quarterback, we would have went in probably.
Well, they
I
were
think-
like,
I think
maybe
we would've
next
won
year
it.
they said you guys will be able to play some real teams to show you where you really actually stand.
I don't know.
Dude,
need
we already played real teams. We played a bunch of them. Don't start bullshit.
Well, didn't they beat? We didn't do anything. I didn't do a fucking thing except drink beer, eat food, and watch the games. Didn't
That's
they beat
normal.
like 4 top 25 teams?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Top
Did-
25, and you want to be called
no, but you're
first?
yeah,
what
but
did
you're
they do?
undefeated though.
Yeah, but we weren't undefeated at the end. We kind of got beat.
Well, yeah, against Georgia. Yeah, I mean that was a massacre. That was
I
horrible.
think that's what the point everybody is tries to
I
make.
know. Well,
No, we didn't have
we
any
didn't have our
players.
starters at all.
I mean, none. They were like
Bad.
third string.
Yeah, it was
It
bad.
was like a high
Well,
school.
again,
team.
though, this is what's going to part of what's I'm curious though. All right, so this actually came up in conversation the other day. So, you know, how there's that new thing with college players. You can basically make money, get sponsorships, your
Yeah.
name like, and whatever. Was it? What's it called? There's a NIL or something.
NIC,
Whatever it is.
What?
what is it?
MIC? No. I have no
NI.
idea.
And whatever it is that
Yeah.
the college players can get paid now.
Right.
Is that? Do you think that they're going to be able to make enough money doing that that's going to hinder them, or will not hinder them, that will be willing for them to hold back going to the pros? Like basketball players, for instance, a lot of times after putting in their 1 or 2 years in college, they'll go straight to pros,
Well, that
right?
it may for a few, but not that many, because not many are going to be making that much money.
But like, think of how much money. Like, do you think you could?
I mean, you
to that
get one of
place-
these quarterbacks that are making $1 million a year, then they may. I guess I don't know.
But do you think that money could get up to a high enough? Like, if
I
you're
don't
a
know.
quarterback that's going to go first draft pick, right? You're going to make a fuck ton more than $1 million in the
Right.
pros,
Well, that's why. I
and
think
you're going
they
to get
would
a
go-
contract for 10 years or some shit. Like
They
that.
know that it's their future. So,
Did you see that? Who the hell was it? Somebody just got a big.
but they may stay back for one more year,
Clippers. Hold on.
too, instead of going their junior year or something.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, for instance, this Cooper Flag kid, he's like #1 draft pick in basketball right now, but he's a senior. He would be leaving. But imagine, like, he's a senior in high school, and he's going to go to college. I think he's going to Duke or Kentucky, one of the two.
Kawhi,
What?
listen, I'm sorry. LA, go ahead. Were you done?
Yeah.
Okay. See this? Basketball. Fuck it.
Is this
Fuck it.
part of what I'm talking
Well,
about?
but basically, but this is an NBA player, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
3 years, 152 million, fully guaranteed extension. 3 years, over $50 million a year to play basketball.
For who?
LA Clippers, Kawhi Leonard.
No, I don't even know who the LA Clippers are.
No, I understand, but
sure
I'm just
as hell
saying.
don't know who
but-
Kawhi
but-
Leonard
But
is.
he's a very good basketball player. But my point is,
He better be.
$50 million a year.
Where did he play?
He plays for the Los Angeles. It's right there in front of you. Can you
No,
read?
but I thought he went to a
It's an
college.
extension.
I thought it was a
Oh
college.
no,
No,
that's why it has
no.
nothing to do with my story.
No, but I'm just saying
What
the amount.
fuck did he bring it up for? then?
Because I remembered seeing it.
I mean, why didn't we talk
That's
about
huge.
soccer? Go to soccer players. They make more than that.
They make $50 million a year.
Soccer players are the highest paid
Yeah.
players in the world, and there's a fuck ton more of them.
Really?
Hell yeah. They play more games, so they get more money.
Really?
Well, and they have more fans, and they have
Well, there's
bigger
more
followings
revenue
and
coming
stuff.
in.
Well, it's is
Think
it
about the
endorsement
game.
money? No, it's
No.
a salary
Salary.
plus endorsements.
Yeah, plus
Yeah.
endorsements.
like these guys, obviously. Like any.
I mean,
any
don't get me
athlete.
wrong. Like just like this guy's getting paid $50 million for a year for the next 3 years. Not every soccer player is like that, but there are soccer players that get paid like that.
Well, I'm sure there are. It's a lot.
Fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed.
I don't like
what if he gets hurt?
Soccer's
He gets,
first
he gets
days
paid.
out there.
He gets
most
paid.
of the soccer contracts, they're not like contingent
It's just
upon
ridiculous.
all these other things. It's all pretty much guaranteed. It's like this is your agreement for your time that's there. I don't think you have to score X amount of goals and you have to play so many minutes. There's probably some things on there, but I think for the most part, it's not as carve outs like basketball and football has in their contracts.
Well, what if they get hurt?
A soccer player?
Yeah.
There's written in the rules. I did read about it that up to. So there's probably bylines put in there fully guaranteed or something to that effect.
Right. I would
They
think there
have
would
to
be.
they have to pay you. I think it's through at least a whole 12 months or something like that. Then it goes down to a fraction of the pay, and then it can go to like not pay you no more. Something to that effect. There is some I guess it would be called like de-escalating or
Right.
something to that effect.
Right.
So they're not on the hook for-
Decreasing.
yeah,
Something.
so
Yeah.
there is something like that, but I would imagine maybe big players that you're a Messi or a Ronaldo,
Just-
you can have that carved out. Like,
It's a phenomenal amount of money.
but you would think, but they take out. So, oh, that's the other thing. There's insurance policies that are taken out on every.
Right.
soccer
I know
player
they.
too.
I know they take
And it's
insurance
like
policies
the-
out,
Well, they,
but
do they
the
don't
league
they
takes
don't
it
they-
out?
just for soccer players? Like, want it?
I'm sure they
is
do it for all of them.
football, baseball.
Oh, yeah, they
all of
do.
them,
Oh
right?
no,
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure
do.
have. I'm only talking to
Yeah.
soccer. That's all I know about. But they have
They do it for all of them.
programs like you got to think. So, say I have a contract with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and my contract is for $5 million a year. They themselves probably have a life insurance policy on me or something to that effect, or an injury policy on me. But then myself, I can take out a policy on myself as well, just to ensure that if I know I'm going to get paid solid for 12 months, but after that, all of a sudden my $5 million a year starts dropping off, and I want to sustain my lifestyle and transition to whatever. I buy a policy. as well.
Oddfathers legal advice by Troy. It is Perkins on how to write a contract and protect yourself.
Are we ready to? We better wrap it up because I got to go sit down on your toilet
Oh my God, no,
to pee.
no, really? All right, I'm gonna confess.
You got to pee?
No, I actually don't. That's kind of weird.
Are you going to confess that you're sitting down?
He did. He
I-
started this after
I
we
tried
talked
it.
about
I tried it late night.
It works, doesn't it? See, it's
I
nice.
think it was a couple weeks ago, right around Christmas time.
It's nice. You just sit down and just let it
It
go.
wasn't bad.
It's not bad.
It wasn't bad, but I it's not the norm. Like I'm not
Isn't it
used to
more
it.
effort to get down and to get up.
No, if you're
Just for
just
that
like I'm just
20
in
seconds?
boxers, so I just pull them down and go, and just sit down.
I mean, look, we can close with this, but I'm just saying, if you think about it, when you pee, the amount of shit,
That's splashing all over
that
the place.
splashes all
That's
over
what I
the
mean.
fucking place,
That's what my point
and on the
is.
floor, and you don't realize it, like on the
A ton,
floor,
a shitload.
on the rim of the toilet,
There's all kinds of splash
on
coming
the
over. Yeah.
thing, and you're like, fuck. If you sit down, it. I mean, I hate to say it,
It isolates it. Dude.
you don't
I
have to
told
worry
you.
because I can't walk out of the bathroom and not wipe the fucking toilet
But if
down.
it's late
or
at
if I see
night
any
and it's
droplets
dark-
on the floor,
Yeah,
and
but
wipe
don't
it
you
up.
just do that naturally? Like my mom
yeah,
taught
but
me
I don't
when
want to
was
have to
little
go
bit.
pee and then fucking clean.
Yeah, I don't want to
after I pee.
And I
I
don't.
just want to pee and get the fuck out.
So what do you do during the day? You just don't clean. You just
No,
leave
no,
your
no.
droplets everywhere.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean during the day?
When you go pee right now, and you
If
don't
I
sit
see
down.
it, if I see it, stuff, I'm wiping it up, and I don't want to have to do it. So what I'm saying is, Troy,
You need to try and sit down
that
occasionally because it's good.
he has a point. Even though he's a maniac, he does have a point that there's less to do. It's easier. You're up. You pull your pants right
you don't
up.
have to turn a light on either. There's
You
no
don't have to
lights.
turn a light. Well, I mean, unless you know.
There's no light. I mean, I know where my toilet is. I can do it with my eyes closed.
The only way to really not get anything all over the place when you pee, that's why I hate wearing shorts and going into a urinal. You hit that urinal, it's fucking shit's just blasting right back at
It's
you.
on your
onto your
when you
legs.
wear flip flops at a urinal,
all-
you can
yeah.
feel it.
And
hitting
you
your
can feel
feet.
it hitting your kneecaps and shit. Now
Right.
I've got to wipe my fucking legs down.
I don't do it. I just walk out.
No, I can't.
Well, you got to know where to hit.
I know. I try to hit it on the
No,
like
but
that curve.
Kind of get a curve
Yeah,
going.
get the curve.
Yeah, but you already hit it.
All
You
right, I'm
gotta-
not the only one. Oh
but it
God,
takes a
I'm
They
like,
while.
should have
I'm
little
like,
targets
yeah,
in
I'm
there.
like, fuck, we have to build a
if
urinal.
you're 6 foot tall, this is your.
But wait a
vibe.
minute. Why don't they just make the fucking lip that comes up and the like higher? You're still peeing over it.
Yeah, but dude,
It's
have
like
you ever
peeing over a
seen?
wall. You know, now
Have you
if
ever
it's
seen
splashing,
down
it's
below
hitting
the
that.
urinal how much?
Oh,
it's
it's
just
horrible.
Water
Oh,
and
guys are
it's-
disgusting. We're
They're
fucking disgusting.
disgusting pigs.
Yeah, the men's room
It's
is the
drooling.
worst fucking place.
It's all
ever.
drooling
No,
out.
no, I think girls' rooms are.
Yeah,
just-
I'm sure
No,
they
they're
are.
not.
I'm sure
They
they're.
can't.
No, I'm sure
Girls
they're
are
No,
bad.
because they're sitting down. There is
Yeah, but
no
then they
much cleaner.
got tampon. They got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
They're
but much
bleeding.
cleaner. Yeah,
There's
but much
blood in
cleaner.
there. There's no blood really.
Well, there is sometimes.
So
after you get
I
done.
guess my thing is when you go use the toilet, just regular proper pee during the day, and when you're done, you don't just like wipe off your shit to begin with, or you're just like, because you're saying it's so much work, and to me, pulling your boxers down, sitting down, standing back up, pulling your boxers back up, that's a lot more work than just getting a couple things of toilet paper and flush blood and go to the bath, wash your hands and go to bed.
And you're not even touching your penis, so you technically don't have to wash your hands. You're just sitting down, getting up, pull your shit right back up, flush, and you're out. Right?
Well, you could be if you really wanted to get.
I mean, you're not doing. It's not like you're wiping. It's not. I mean, you're not wiping your penis, are you, Buster?
I'm not. No, I
okay,
didn't
neither
do
am
that.
I. I didn't do it. I don't remember wiping it. I mean, no,
I don't wipe my penis.
I mean, if it's dripping,
yeah, but
yeah, you don't wipe it.
No,
though.
it's a lot of work. Urinals are the worst. I mean, I
All
hate
right.
it.
Well,
Anyway.
let's just say I'm just telling you right now. Try it. Sit down occasionally. Do it. You can do it.
So we were coming back from northern Florida visiting.
Did you sit
the
down
kids. No, listen.
someplace?
So we go into the bathroom at a gas station.
Was it a Buc-ee's? Because I want to bring
no,
that
it's not a
fucking
Buc-ee's.
shithole up. Too.
No, yeah, no. So I go in there now. Thinking back on it, it had to be a prank. It had to be a goof. But I'm in there, and there's somebody in a stall, and this guy, all you're hearing is, and he's going, oh.
He's not pranking you, dude. Yeah, pranking you.
Oh,
It's been a long drive.
Oh my God, dude. I mean, literally, there was one other guy in there. We looked at each other. We couldn't help. We just started laughing out loud. This guy, I mean, it was, and he wasn't even saying that. There wasn't no like, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, there was nothing. It was
Just
just
completely
it was
comfortable.
That's for the whole entire time. It was bizarre. So I'm thinking, was somebody in there? Was some kid in there just playing a thing on his phone, like just trying to, make a joke or seeing if people would react? Because it was almost fake.
Well, that's when you pull your phone out and record that. 'Cause that's when we could use that right now.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
You're
right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. See, that's another thing. You gotta be, think quick on the fly. That would have been good material for us.
It would have been. So
I told your story, Buster, not too long ago, just like in the last couple of weeks, about the fellow over at Ralph's that one day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The same story, but I told
That's
about
what
that
it was,
bathroom.
dude. I was in
Except
there.
it was a single person bathroom.
This is kind of a single person, but it's got a
You haven't heard
urinal.
this one?
Yeah.
No. Ralph's. It's got a
No,
urinal.
I know. It's a local bar over here in Southwest Florida.
It's got a urinal and then a toilet, but they're not separated.
No,
they're
it's
right out in the open.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So I'm peeing in the urinal, and all of a sudden, this old guy comes in and just like runs to the toilet. I'm like kind of done.
Yeah, it's not
and
like
he just pulls his pants down and starts. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
The
Can you
toilet.
just wait.
Yeah, the toilet is not enclosed in a stall.
No, there's no
just
stall.
open.
It's right open.
It's like your bathroom
And
at
he
home.
did not care. He's like wheeling down. I go, dude, can I get out, please? I mean, I'm trying to leave. I'm like, don't do that. He was pulling down and going.
Dude,
I'm like,
you have
man.
to lock the doors.
Well,
you have to.
I figured there was two things in there. Someone else had to pee.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Whatever you can pee. I'm not looking at your. I'm not.
So
a
you
Peter
basically were
Peeker.
inviting someone in to
I'm
pee
not
next
a Peter
to you.
Peeker. I didn't think he was going to come take a dump.
I mean, so you say.
I guess not, but I didn't want to shit.
I did. I
rather
told
see
that.
Peter
It was
I would
literally like
never-
2 weeks ago.
Listen, you must have to shit really bad,
Really,
really bad to
either that.
go
now
into
that
a bathroom with another man in there and drop your drawers.
now
and
that I
sit down
think
and
about
shit.
it, maybe that's what he was trying to. Like you said, maybe he was trying to.
Maybe he was trying
show
to sit
me.
down.
Yeah. No, maybe he was
Maybe
trying to
that's
show
what-
me.
Maybe did it. Okay, were you sitting down prior to that day?
No, I went. Yeah, I've been sitting down before, but he didn't know
Oh.
that.
In some
Not there,
cultures,
not
though,
in
that
there.
is kind of a sexual call to action.
That's what I mean. So maybe that's what he was
culture
doing.
is that?
I don't know. I think that I
The
think I heard
Blumpkin.
that.
It's called the
Blumpkin.
Blumpkin
The Blumpkins.
Society.
Blumpkin Island inhabitants. That's
Okay, I love you.
stupid.
This is going. We got to go.
No, wait. There was something else.
No, there's nothing else. Goodbye.
No, anyway. All right. Well,
Love you.
oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. Where are they taking her? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got to end it.